Alright, here we go. There we go. Let's let the Discord know that we are live. Send out a few notifications over there. Guys, if you want to join us on the Discord just for the notifications, that's fine. You don't even have to join the Discord to chat or anything like that. You can literally just join us over there just for the notifications, just for the stream notifications, because so many people complain about the YouTube notification bell, which I mean you should have on anyway, because sometimes it works. But there's a lot of people who, maybe not a lot, but there's quite a few people that say that it's late, that it sends out notifications late. So if you want to join us on the Discord, just for that stream notification that I try to send out, please do. I'm going to drop the link to the Discord in the chat right now. Also, I haven't even looked at chat yet, but there's a few things I want to talk about first. One of those things being how close we are to 10K. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We are 30 people away, guys. We are 30 people. 30. Just 30. We are 30 away from 10K. 30 away, guys. That is so close. Let me fix the comments on screen. Not sure why it does that. Let's see who we got here. What up, dude? Welcome. Brian, what's up, dude? PJ, Sherry, what's up? What's up, Cat? Wow, see, we got someone talking about it in the chat right now. Wow, YouTube notification actually worked for once. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. It's finicky. It works sometimes, and other times it just doesn't. So if you want to join us on the Discord, literally just to get those stream notifications, because I try to remember to do that every single time, then feel free to join us on the Discord. Why did my Discord link not post? Or did it? Did it? I don't know. We'll try again. I'm trying to post that in the chat. Just wanted to stop by real quick. I've been struggling a bit. I'm out in Vegas just living life, or trying to at least. Remember to keep that accepting attitude while you're living life, remember? Remember we got 2 keys for a reason, right? So try to keep that accepting attitude and drop that fight while you're living life. That is the 2 main keys right there. What's up, Will? Sherry, hope you're doing well. Thinking about you these days. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's up, Cassie? Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So, what I'm going to do here, I know like the past, 3 or 4 streams, something like that, we've done, I should probably remember to turn this on. We've done like, try to help me remember that, guys. I'm always forgetting about that. The past 3 or 4 streams, we've been doing like fundraiser streams, which has basically just been us hanging out and just trying to collect some funds to make the move and everything that I'm about to go through a lot easier, right? So, which by the way, you guys have been great with that. You guys have been absolutely amazing with that. Thank you so much. But what I figured we'd do is tonight we'd just do a normal, regular stream. We'd just do a normal, regular stream with a normal, regular tip goal, and yeah, we would just kind of put the whole fundraising thing on the side for now. So yeah, we've been doing that for the past 3 or 4 days. But the fact of the matter is, you guys are here because you want some advice. You want my opinion on things. You know, you're here for that reason. So I don't want to run the whole fundraising thing in the ground. I don't want to run the whole fundraising thing in the ground. So I figured we'd do just a regular stream today, and kind of get back on track a little bit. At least for tonight. So we'll see. We're going to be talking about anxiety recovery in the heat of the moment today. We're going to be talking about in the heat of the moment. Now, what I mean by the heat of the moment is when that shit gets real, right? When that shit gets real. And what I mean by that is when your anxiety's high. When your anxiety's high, when it's what people call through the roof, right? When you're having all these thoughts, you're having all these feelings, and you know, that's what I'm referring to when I say in the heat of the moment. We're going to talk about exactly how you handle that. You guys probably already know. You probably already know what I'm going to tell you, but we're going to go over acceptance. We're going to go over the heat of the moment, right? Because I've seen it from quite a few people. Hey, Wonder Bro, I do pretty good with acceptance, but sometimes when that shit's high, you know, I fall back into bad habits of second fear. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Hey, it's good that you're catching yourself, Elliot. That's what it's all about. That's what the work is all about. Hey, what's up, Gabe? Welcome, dude. It's good to see you. It's been a while. How you been? So, yeah, guys, we're going to get that going in just a second. I'm going to give everyone a quick update, real quick, before we get started. For those of you who are curious, we're only about I've lost track of time. We're only about 4 or 5 days into everything new that's going on in my life. So there's not really much in the way of a new update just yet. Basically, I'm just trying to get shit done every single day. Things that I got to do. There's a lot that goes into moving. There's a lot that goes into trying to find a new home. There's a lot that goes into all this, right? So, I'm just trying to get little things done each day. I'm not trying to rush it. I'm not trying to, rush around or anything like that. But there is a lot that needs to be done. So there's not really much in the way of a big update or anything for you guys. Pretty much just getting little shit done every single day. So, it adds up. It adds up. So, yeah, not much in the way of a big update other than we're keeping at it, and you guys have been great, and I just want to say thank you. Um, the other day I was reading off a list of special people I wanted to thank, but whether you've contributed $5 or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just know that I'm thankful and I'm grateful for you, and if I missed your name, I apologize. It's just a lot, to keep up with right now, so just know that I am thankful and grateful for every single one of you. And yeah, not much in the way of any updates just yet. Like I said, we're only like 4 or 5 days into this thing. Um, so anyway, that's what's going on my way. Just getting shit done every single day and going from there. So, anxiety recovery in the heat of the moment. That's what we're going to be talking about. Hope you're doing okay even with the circumstances. Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate that, and I am. I am. They walked the whole school to town to do songs. I went to hall and all, but after a half hour felt too overwhelmed, except anxiety, but went into overwhelmed. At the heat of the moment, in the heat of the moment, at the height of the experience, so important to catch yourself adding that second fear and to remind yourself, whatever comes, I am here for it, even if you don't believe those words. Now that's the key right there, even if you don't believe those words. All right, guys, so we're about 7 minutes into this. We might as well go ahead and get started. Let's remove that. There we go. So the heat of the moment. It's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, the heat of the moment, what I'm referring to when I say that is the moment where anxiety is very high. As Cassie just commented in the chat, where you feel overwhelmed, right? That is the heat of the moment. Now, a lot of people kind of drop the ball, so to speak, in the heat of the moment. It's easy in the heat of the moment, especially when you've been doing it for years or however long, to tuck tail and run, to go back to the coping methods, to go back to the compulsions, to start adding the second fear. That's the big one right there. To start adding the second fear in the heat of the moment. So it's easy to do that, especially when that's the route you've been going for however long, especially when second fear is your go-to habit. So a lot of people, when they experience the high anxiety, they're able to accept for the time being, right? They accept for the time being. They keep that accepting inner voice for the time being. But when shit gets real, quote unquote real, they fall back into the same old bad habits of second fear. What is second fear? It is that mental fight that you rage on and on day after day. It is the I don't want to feel this. It is the make it stops. It is the I need to get away from this. It is the how can I figure out these thoughts. It is the I don't want to go crazy. It is all the negative crap basically that you feed yourself with in the moment. And a lot of people can practice not adding second fear up until the shit starts to get real, which is just a metaphor. A lot of people can practice acceptance up until they feel quote unquote overwhelmed. So, Dr. Claire Weeks herself, now don't quote me on this because I don't remember her exact wording, but she said something along the lines of surrendering, especially at the height of the experience. Now, like I said, that's not word for word. It's just something along those lines about surrendering is so important, especially during the height of the experience. The height of the experience being when you feel like you're about to have that panic, being when you feel like you're about to be overwhelmed, being when you feel like you just can't quote unquote take it anymore, right? This is what you could refer to as the height of the experience. Now, there's only two ways to go. There's really only two ways to go when anxiety, as far as anxiety is concerned. Okay, there's really only two ways to go as far as panic is concerned, and that is you either add second fear or you don't. A lot of people say, I don't know how to not add second fear. That's not true. You do know how to not add second fear. You know to catch that second fear, which is all of that trying to fight the thoughts and feelings, which is all of those I don't want to feel this that you tell yourself in your head. You know what second fear is because it's pretty obvious. It's pretty straightforward. So when people say, "Well, I don't know how to not add second fear," especially in the heat of the moment, it's not true. That's not true. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's not that you don't understand the very simple concept of catching yourself when you're fighting with those thoughts. What can I do about this thought and that thought? And when you're catching yourself telling yourself horror stories, oh God, I can't do that. It's very simple and straightforward to catch yourself when you're doing that and then turn that into something like, so be it. Whatever happens, happens. That's easy. It's not that nobody doesn't understand how to do it. The problem is that in the heat of the moment, especially when they do it, when they take that step back, there's that second fear, you know what it is, they don't like to do the consistent part. They don't like the consistency, and I understand that because it's a lot of work. So what normally happens is, especially in the heat of the moment, is they will take a step back and they'll say something like, you know what it is, so be it, whatever happens, happens. And then 5 seconds later, the feelings haven't left yet, or the thoughts haven't left yet, so they're like, oh gosh, hurry, quickly, turn on a video, something's wrong here. They're right back into the second fear 5 seconds later. They don't stay consistent with the catching the second fear and changing it into an accepting inner voice, which takes a lot of consistency and work, right? So it's not that I'm trying to say people are lazy or that people don't want to do it. It's that people get frightened. People get frightened and they resort back to bad old habits. That's all it is. And it's easy to do that. It's extremely easy to do that. It's extremely easy. This stream is all about the heat of the moment, aka the height of the experience. It's extremely easy to tuck tail and resort back to the same old bad habits. It's easy to do that. It's not that you guys don't know how to do it. Okay, so if you're telling yourself that, you need to drop that because you're lying to yourself. It's not that you guys don't know how to do it because the whole concept is very straightforward. It's that you do it and you don't get that instant result, so you go back to second fear. You do it and you don't get that instant gratification, so you go back to second fear. Well, you got to feel it to heal it, You got to feel it to heal it. Acceptance is not sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately. Acceptance is putting in the work even though you're going to feel like crap. So you don't look at recovery based on how you feel in the moment. You look on recovery on whether or not you're adding second fear. So, again, this stream is all about the heat of the moment, but this applies to anxiety as a whole. But especially in the heat of the moment, people seem to try the whole acceptance thing. They might say to themselves something like, you know what, I accept it, it is what it is. But because they're still scared, which is going to happen, that's normal. Because they're still scared, because the anxiety didn't poof away, they're trying to treat acceptance like a pill. And as long as you try to treat acceptance like a pill, you're missing the whole concept. It takes a while for the brain to catch up. So when you take a step back and you catch that second fear and you say something like, you know what it is, but you're still shaking and your voice is still trembling and you still have anxiety symptoms and the thoughts still keep coming, that's okay. You're still doing the work. You're still doing what you're supposed to do. You might have to catch that second fear 5 seconds later and turn it back into more acceptance, right? And you might have to stay consistent with that. And results might take a little bit, right? And that's fine. Okay? So in the heat of the moment especially, people tend to run back to the same old coping methods, the same old compulsions, because they're not getting that instant gratification that we as human beings seem to want so badly, right? But you got to understand, you can't base your recovery off the way that you feel in the moment. You simply have to base it off whether or not you're putting in the accepting inner voice, right? Which doesn't mean to fight with the thoughts. It simply means to adopt an attitude of it is what it is. And do not look for that instant gratification, because if you do, you're missing the whole point. You're still trying to fight fear, right? So do not look for that instant gratification. Look for whether or not you are catching the second fear and using the correct accepting inner voice. That's your only job, and it should remain your only job. Do not turn around and ask yourself, when will the anxiety leave? If you catch yourself doing that, that's more second fear that you've got to catch. Your job to catch and turn into an accepting inner voice. So, I think that's the most common pitfall that I see, people trying to use acceptance like a pill. And, I know I'm getting a little bit off track here, but, in the heat of the moment, it's especially true. people try to use acceptance like a pill, and then they turn around 5 seconds later and ask themselves question like, when will this anxiety go away? Which is just more second fear. So it's very ironic in that way. People take a step back and they say, Wonder Bro said acceptance. You know what? I accept these thoughts and feelings. They don't go away immediately, so they turn back around 5 seconds later. Second fear. Second fear statements like, when will it go away? Please make it go away. So they accept, and then they turn around and fall right back into the bad old habits. And that's especially true for the heat of the moment. People love to do that in the heat of the moment. And it's not that they're trying to purposely self-sabotage. It's just they've got a lot of practice to do, right? So, you know, if you're guilty of that, again, this is not me trying to shame you. I was guilty of that myself for a very long time. This is me trying to correct you, right? If you want to listen to me, if you want to take my opinion on these things, this is me trying to correct you. This is not me trying to throw you under the bus in any way, shape, or form, right? But again, this is not just applied to the heat of the moment when that anxiety is really high. This applies to anxiety in general as you go through life. So, you know, you have to be aware of the second fear. You have to turn it into an accepting inner voice and get on with life. That is the two main keys. And you have to do that on a consistent basis, especially in the heat of the moment. So you're not perfect. You are a human being, and you don't have to be perfect to make progress. But just keep in mind, okay, in the heat of the moment, it is especially crucial for you to practice catching that second fear and turning it into acceptance. Stop looking for the instant gratification, and if you catch yourself looking for the instant gratification, which sounds a lot like, has it left yet? Is it going to leave me alone? You catch that, you got to catch that. That is second fear. That is second fear, and you got to keep up with the accepting inner voice, okay? Especially in the heat of the moment. Now, again, nobody's perfect. You're all human beings, right? So we don't expect anybody to be perfect. And the good news is you don't have to be perfect to make progress, right? So anxiety recovery, guys, in the heat of the moment is what we just talked about today. I hope it helps somebody out there. We are officially done with the point of the stream. I feel like I said everything that I want to say. If you would like to hang around now and chat with us in chat, I'd love to hear from you guys. Drop me a few comments. Don't forget to like the streams, guys. We are so close to 10K, and believe it or not, likes do help grow the channel. So please do not forget to like the stream. Now, I'm about to say something that I've never really said before, and I prepared you guys for this. I prepared you guys for this in yesterday's stream. If you watched yesterday's stream, we talked about how if we're going to keep this show on the road full time, especially with everything that I'm about to have on my plate, coming up with the big move and everything, and life just getting a bit, I don't want to say harder, but a bit more, I can't think of a word, okay? So you're about to hear something, anyway, you're about to hear something that you don't normally hear from me. And I kind of prepared you guys yesterday, and it's gonna sting a little bit for me to say it because I'm not used to it. But with everything that's going to be occurring in my life and with things changing in my life, if we want to keep the show on the road, you might hear me say things like this more often that I'm about to say. Here we go. It's my first time saying it. Deep breath. Deep breath. This is my first time saying it. If you enjoyed today's main it's like I've scripted this. If you enjoyed today's main point of the stream, if it helped you in any way, shape, or form, please consider leaving a tip if you would like so we can hit our tip goal today. That stung a little bit. I've never said that before in my entire time streaming. But I'm going to have to say little things like that more often as life goes on if we want to keep this show on the road, because I'm about to have a lot more on my plate and bills got to be paid, and if I want to survive and eat, we got to hit our goals. So it stings a little bit, but you guys might hear that more often because it's going to become more important as my life changes. So, that hurt a little bit. Anyway, comments. What's up, Wonder Bro? Not gonna lie, today wasn't so good. Felt more than ever the feeling of not breathing. Well, it gets my anxiety worked up. It's okay to have bad days. In fact, we need bad days in order to recover because anxiety learns while anxiety is turned on. Accepting inner voice. Let's get it. I'm not sure whether to accept and keep going sometimes or go back home so as to not flood myself. Like they are small regular exposures, but at the same time we got to do life, like places we have to go. Well, one thing you don't want to do is overcomplicate whether or not you're gonna do exposures or whatever you want to call it, right? You don't want to overcomplicate it. You want to pick a plan and stick with it. There's no need to get out there in the field, so to speak, and then start wondering if you should do this or that. Go ahead and decide that you're going to use acceptance and you're going to do this thing and you're going to do that thing, and then that's going to be that, right? So you already know what I'm talking about as far as planning goes. Now, we don't want to plan it too deeply, but we do want to pick what we're going to do, and then we want to do that thing. We don't want to wait until we're out there and then say, well, should I do this or should I do that? Because now you're just stressing yourself even more while you're out there in the field, right? So pick a plan. This would be my advice. Pick a plan, do that plan, and then you know how to go about it. With acceptance, you know exactly how to tackle your plan. So there you go. There you go. You don't want to. You want to know what your goal is, right? That's a good way to put it. And I'm sure you're already doing that. Obviously, I'm sure you're already doing that. I'm sure you already know what your goal is before you go to these things or do these things. So basically, just keep doing what you're already doing. Know your plan. Know your goal. Get out there. Get it done. And that'll be that, right? And that, from your comments, that seems like what you're already doing. So just keep it up from here. Keep it up from here. Know your plan, stick to your plan, and know your goal, rather. I think that's a better way to put it. Know your goal, and then knock that out, right? That way you don't get out there and have to stress yourself out more by sitting there in the heat of the moment, okay, tying into the main point of the stream. So know your goal and knock it out. No, absolutely, Cassie. And if anybody is not able to tip or whatever, that's completely fine. The only reason that it's important that we hit our tip goals coming up, I guess I'm going to try to get back into the regular swings of thing now. But the only reason that it's important that we hit our tip goals is because you guys know that my life situation is about to change drastically, and if I want to do this full time, like every single day, and put all of my effort into it, I have to hit my tip goals in order to literally survive. But just because you can't tip does not mean anything. It's not that my thoughts about you are going to change. VDT, dude, that scared the crap out of me. I had my volume maxed out on my headset. You jump scared me, dude. VDT, thank you for the $10 tip, dude. I appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Like I was saying, guys, that doesn't mean when I say things, when you hear me say things like let's try to hit our tip goal, blah blah blah, that doesn't mean if you can't tip that you should feel ashamed of yourself or guilty. That does not mean that at all, right? You're still very much welcomed here. That doesn't mean I'm going to turn my back on you and not read your comments or answer your questions. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that I've got to be more aware of my finances coming up in order to make it in this world. So if I'm going to stick to this full time, I've got no problem doing something else. But I would really like to stick to this. This is what I love to do, to be completely fair and honest with you. So I would like to stick to this, right? But that doesn't mean if you can't tip that you should feel bad or guilty or none of that crap. None of that crap. We'll get there. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We'll be fine. We'll hit our goals between all of us. I don't think it'll be a problem. So don't feel bad if you can't tip. We'll get there. We'll be fine. We'll keep the show on the road one way or another. That's why I wanted to go back to just like normal streaming starting tonight. The fundraiser did very well, and I thank you guys so much for that. And I understand that a lot of you, let me get this straight real quick. I understand that a lot of you contributed to that fundraiser to go towards my savings, and I get that. A lot of you probably are tapped out. You contributed to the fundraiser, and there might not be much more that you can do, and that's completely fine. I don't want more than I need, so that's completely fine. Keep that in mind. I understand that a lot of you contributed to the fundraiser. I get that. It's just tonight I'm going to try to get back into the normal swing of things and do normal tip goals instead of fundraiser hangout streams, right? A lot of you guys did contribute to that, and I get that. Don't think I don't know that. I know that. I know that good and well. So trust me, I get that. Cassie, you contributed to that, so there's no reason to feel bad for being broke, right? Um, I don't want anyone feeling bad. Just tip through the Cash App. Thank you so much, Michael, for the $10 tip, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Believe me, guys, it hurts. It hurts to have to give a shit about the tip goal. It hurts. I don't want to have to give a shit about the tip goal. And up until this point, I didn't really have to give a shit about the tip goal because it wasn't crucial. I had, more help. It wasn't crucial. My life worked in such a way that I was able to get by without ever having to mention the tip goal. But that's about to change. That is about to change. So, just thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Please don't think I'm trying to change up on you in any way, shape, or form. It's just to keep the show on the road. I have to hit my tip goals. And, I'm just getting back into the regular swing of things tonight. And again, just thank you for all that you have done. I'm getting tongue-tied, and I do appreciate it. And you never have to send me a dime if you can't. So understand that too. I'm not trying to put any sort of pressure on you guys. This is not about pressure. This has nothing to do with that, you know? Anyone got any heat to send to New Zealand? Is it cold there? Cold? It's about 72 degrees tonight, so it's a fairly warm night where I am. It is a fairly warm night where I am. I'm probably gonna mix some things up too, guys, along the way. Probably gonna try some new things on the channel. You guys might see different things here and there. I just want to keep growing. I want to keep growing. I want to mix things up. I want to try different things. I want to make the channel more interesting. I want to focus on growth. I want to get this channel, I want to keep this channel growing. So you guys might notice some new things. I'm going to try to keep it interesting for you guys. I'm going to try to keep it entertaining for you guys. But most importantly, I'm going to try to keep it informative. So, um, you know, I'm gonna do my best to give you guys, just a good show. Just a good show. So I'm gonna do my best to give you guys a good show and continue to step it up around here. So, what's up, Mickey? Hi. You can take some of this heat from Cali. It's extra hot here. So close to 10K. We are very close. We are like, what did I say, guys? Like 30 people away. Yeah, so we're close. We're very close. We're extremely close. Extremely close indeed. 30 some people away from that big 10K mark, man. It's almost unbelievable, but we're just about there. We are just about there. We are just about there. Oh, Minecraft is so much fun. We might do some gaming from time to time. We might do some gaming from time to time. The thing about the gaming thing on the channel is, not a whole lot of people tune into those, and I get it because that's not what I started the channel for. So I get it. Not a lot of people are interested in that, but we still might do it from time to time just to have a little bit of fun. So, you know. a lot of a lot of people, they don't really tune in for the gaming stuff, and that's completely understandable. It's completely understandable. They're here for a completely different reason, so I get it. I'd like to start streaming on the Twitch channel more often. I keep saying that, but I'd like to do it. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. The Minecraft survival thing, that was fun. I hate that it had to come to an end, but once you die once on there, that's pretty much it. No respawns, so that's a lot harder than I thought it would be from someone who's played for years and years and years. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Isn't there like a heat wave going on in the States right now? Just like blistering hot. I don't know. We had our power cut off today. They had to do some work on like the pole. So we had our power cut off for a good little bit, and it got so hot in this house. I slept through most of it, but I kept waking up like sweating and shit. It was not a good time. It's not a good time, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Gotta do what you gotta do, chat. I don't know about you guys, but it's absolutely miserable to try to sleep when it's too hot. I can't do it. Some people can sleep under any circumstance, but if I'm too hot, it's just miserable. I toss and turn, and I'm just like, ugh. I just feel gross, dude. I cannot sleep in the heat. Well, I can a little bit, but it's not the best sleep. You ever get cramps on your calf? I think they're called Charlie horse. Oh my goodness, hurts so bad. Yes, I've experienced that where your entire calf muscle pretty much just what's a good word for it besides cramp? It just like locks up and then pulsates. It's ridiculous. I don't know why that has to be a thing. It's extremely painful. That will oof. That will rock your world for a little bit while it's there. Ouch. The weather in some places around the world is melting structure, in other places like mine it's snow. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting weather we're having. Hi, what's up, Kevin? Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, Kevin. How you doing, man? How are you doing? Alright, while we're just hanging out here, let's turn on some music, shall we? Let's get some music going. What's up, Brian? How you doing, dude? You guys hear that? Yeah, okay. What's up, Brian? We're trying to get back into the regular swing of things, dude. I'm trying to shy away from the fundraiser stream a little bit and just do a regular stream tonight so that we can get back on board with everything and try to get back, you know, into the regular swing of things. Because there's no way I'm going to do fundraiser streams now until we move, because that could be, you know, months. But I guess until they, you know, we find a place or either they make us. So I don't want to do continued fundraiser streams for that long. So I'm trying to get back into the regular swing of things tonight and just do a regular typical stream. And yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm pretty happy with tonight's stream. In the heat of the moment. My son and his mates thought it would be cool to bike over to the next town from McDonald's. It took them 5 hours. Jeez. In the snow? What were they thinking? What were they thinking? I bet they regretted that life decision about an hour into it. When he got home, he said he can't lean down. That McDonald's is not worth it. Don't get me wrong. There's many questionable things that I would do for McDonald's, but riding a bike 5 hours is not one of them. It's not one of them. I had McDonald's today, actually, because it's nice and cheap. Hope you're doing amazing, my friend. I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you, dude. Like I said, we're just trying to get back into the regular swing of things. You know, just trying to get things back to normal with the streams. Of course, I'll still keep you guys updated on, you know, the major life changes as we go along. So. Brian! Brian, dude, thank you so much for the $10 tip. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. That puts us 20 bucks away from our tip goal. If you'd like to contribute, the link is on the screen, or you can directly click the link in the description. You just have to close the live chat. Thank you so much for that, Brian. See, that's it. That's all. That's all. That's the only thing that's changing around here. You might hear me say little things like that more often. That's it. That's the only thing that's changing around here. I just got to push the goals a little bit just so I can keep the lights on. That's it. Other than that, I've not changed on you guys. The same old me. Same old me that has to push the goals a little bit. That's the only difference. I promise. Another 17, they can handle the pain of the decision to bike 20 miles. Right? I mean, yeah, it's probably good for them. Right? It was probably good for them. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just wouldn't be worth it to me personally. If I tried to bike 20 miles, 5 hours there and back, man, McDonald's would be the least of my concern. They'd have to bring me home on a stretcher. Just couldn't do it. What time is it for you? It's about 10 p.m. here, so I'm trying to get my sleep schedule on track, and it's just not happening. But it's something that needs to be done. So it's another one of those changes I'm gonna have to make, and yeah, we'll see if I can manage that. Dude, I had a panic attack this morning, couldn't even walk to the office, but I managed to go to the gym and run. I even showered there and sat on the massage chair, biggest night and day with anxiety. Hey, it's those days where you learn the most about yourself. It's those days where putting in that accepting work is going to feel like a pain in the ass, but that's when it matters the most, right? I've read one of the survivors of the Miami building that collapsed had saved his life thanks to an adrenaline rush. Finally, anxiety has paid off for him. I mean, there you go. When anxiety is necessary, it works wonders, man. And when it's not necessary, there's no need for second fear. So that's everything. That's what it's all about with anxiety. When it's necessary, it's great. Saves your life, dude. When it's not necessary, you don't add second fear to it. That way, it doesn't have to be such a big contributing factor to your life. It doesn't have to dominate your life. So that's it. That's pretty much anxiety in a nutshell, right there. That's pretty much anxiety in a nutshell, right there, dude. I mean, that's everything. When it works, and when it's not supposed to be working, don't add second fear to it, right? But see, like for example, when it's supposed to work, like somebody getting caught in a building, in a collapsed building, you're not worried about anxiety, you're worried about your life. And that's why when anxiety's supposed to work, in moments like that, you could care less about anxiety because you're dealing with a real danger. So when it's unnecessary anxiety, you don't want to tell your brain that it's a real danger when it's not by adding all this second fear, right? I mean, that's it right there, dude. That's how it all works right there. Oh, to be young again. Hey, growing old's not that bad. I'm back. What's up, dude? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a good one. I haven't, to be honest with you guys, I haven't even heard about the Miami collapse thing. What exactly happened? Somebody said a building collapsed. Also, guys, if you'd like to follow Vacate Fear, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram. I've got all that lovely social media stuff. We even have a Facebook page if you'd like to check that out. I try to keep that stuff updated every single day if I can. So if you'd like to check us out, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I got all that good stuff. Go ahead and check us out. See what you think. See what you think. I need to update the Nightbot. He's said the same things for like 2 years now. We need to give him a few new lines. Let me see if I can do some things, because as you guys probably can see, things look a bit different around here. Let me see. I used to have this down at the bottom, but I'd rather have the tip gold down there. It's more obvious down there. So I might, can I put this up here without it looking too stretched or weird? Does that look too stretched to you guys? Maybe if I do it smaller like that. I'd like to have that because I love that little banner. I'd like to have it somewhere. What do you guys think? Does that look okay up there? Or is it just pointless to even put it up there? I'm trying to center it up. What do you guys think? Put that up there, and then where's Nova at? We got to get Nova back in here. There she is. I wish I could turn her somehow. Well, at least she's up there. At least she's up there. Let's see. I need to clean my sources up, dude. It's kind of a mess. It was a building that had suddenly collapsed. A lot of people missing yet. That's horrible, dude. Yeah, I haven't heard about that yet. I've not heard about that yet. Surprised I didn't see it on social media somewhere. Let's see, I can probably remove that. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I laugh or anything, but I want to know it's a tragic news. No, I get it. I get it. It's kind of like a bad car wreck. You don't want to look, but you do at the same time. It's like you can't look away. Me personally, I haven't watched the news in so long. But I mean, I guess I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That makes no sense to have that up there when my name is already up there. I wish I could figure out But besides the tragedy, how are you guys doing tonight? Let's see. I'm trying to organize my shit. Bruno, I do like that name. I do like that name a lot. Input capture. Let's see. So what, can I just get rid of this? Yes, hello? Okay. Make sure you guys can still hear me. Okay, okay, there we go. Hello, hello. You guys can still hear me? Okay, perfect. Rename this. Oh man, I didn't mean to remove that, but okay. Going to continue with my homework, bro. Have an amazing night, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Bruno. Thanks for watching, dude. I appreciate all of your love and support, man. Seriously, thank you. It means the world to me, and I hope you have an amazing night. Thank you for everything, dude. Okay, so there's that. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We're getting organized over here, guys. I know you guys can't see what's happening behind the scenes, but on my software that I use to stream, everything was a kind of a mess, and I'm trying to get it all organized. Not much to report today, except for my son's school singing to the town trip thingy. So unexpected. Thought they were gonna just sing in the school field. Hey, that was the universe testing you a little bit. It's okay to get some practice in. It's okay to get some practice in. Let's see. I need to make this look a bit more interesting, don't I? At least like make it bold. Give it an outline here. Do I do Twitch streams? Rarely. Rarely. From time to time, maybe. It's not often. See, I'd like to have the little tip ticker thing back. It's pretty cool. Just don't know where I'd put it. Maybe squeeze it in right there. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that works. All right, cool. I like to give people credit where credit is due for their tips, man. Fix that box up a little bit. Nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. How's the moving process going? Honestly, dude, we're only about 4 days into this news, so not much happens within those 4 days. Well, I mean, a lot happens, but not as far as like actually being able to find a place and stuff. It's yeah. I mean, it'll probably take a while to be able to find a place and whatnot. We just gotta get everything done, keep looking, do the things we gotta do around here, and then hopefully find a place that opens up, which I'm sure we will. Let's make that a bit bigger. Oh, okay. I see where I was going wrong with that. I see now exactly where I was going wrong with that. It makes sense. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Mostly just talking to myself over here. No, that is still that is still so far off. That's about as good as I'm going to be able to get it, I think. I'm on the East Coast. I am on the East Coast. See, there's like an obvious... None of this is centered. It's fine. It's about as centered as I can get it. It's about as centered as I can get it, chat. We need a little, let me see. I got an idea. Yeah, that is a good point, Bruno. It really is, dude. I went to therapy yesterday, and my therapist basically told me that you're more likely to have a heart attack. I don't understand therapies these days, dude. I mean, I would never discourage anyone from going to them, but no, you're not going to have a heart attack or stroke. I would, I can't discourage anyone from going, but they blow me away sometimes. I thought they were supposed to help people, but I don't know. I thought that was the goal, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. But at the same time, you can't go around adding second fear. You can't go around saying, oh gosh, what do I do if I have a heart attack? What do I do if I have a heart attack? You can't be doing that. But I will tell you that you're not going to have a heart attack. I will tell you that. But at the same time, you see what I'm getting at. If you're sitting around fighting with your thoughts all day about having a heart attack or stroke, then you're just going to work yourself up. You got to say it is what it is. So be it. Whatever happens, happens. That's the attitude you got to adopt. So at the same time, it's like, I'll give you the reassurance and tell you, no, you're not going to have a stroke. You're not going to have a heart attack. But at the same time, I don't want you fighting with those thoughts either. Adopt a so be it attitude, right? So it's kind of ironic in that way, but I'll give you that little bit of reassurance and tell you, no, you're not going to have a heart attack or stroke. It does make me go a little bit nuts, Bruno. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. It does make me go a little bit nutty. It does. It does. I'm just playing around with little things for my stream at the moment. I don't want to overwhelm the screen with a bunch of crap, but at the same time, I like decorating it a little bit. There's a subscription goal thing like this right here, but I don't know how it works. Like 10K subs, right? But it says 7,496, which is obviously not true. And I don't know how to update it. That's the thing. Like, I don't know how to update that number. I thought it was supposed to happen automatically, but obviously it's giving me the wrong number. So I can't use that. What is a spin wheel? What is this thing? What is this? What is this thing, chat? A sponsor banner? A viewer count? Unnecessary junk on the screen, basically, is all that is. What's an instant replay? What is this? I don't know what half this crap is. I'm just playing around over here. Yeah, I don't know what half this crap is either, Blake. I was just messing around with the stream. Just seeing what all they offered. Couldn't really find anything cool. Alright guys, I'll be back shortly. Calming my nervous system, on the other hand, it's avoidance of feeling if I'm alone with my mind. I feel crazy, so we got to get comfortable with discomfort, right? We got to practice that. We got to practice not adding second fear. Second fear being the I don't want to feel this, this is horrible, make these thoughts stop, yada yada. We got to practice embracing, right? It is a practice. It is a practice, so don't expect yourself to be, perfect or anything overnight. Hey, what's up, Giant? Welcome, dude. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? It's a learning process, man. It's a learning process, Daniel. Man, why is this all over the place? There we go. I don't think so, Giant. What is that? I don't think so. Eating some ice cream. The question is, though, the question is, what kind of ice cream? That is the question. Cassie! Hey, Cassie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. $6 tip from Cassie. Round of applause. Thank you so much. Let's see. That puts us at. That puts us at. Let's see. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to like get this like all these screens set up. I should have done it a long time ago. Hey, I'm glad you've been watching for so long, Daniel, and you're right, dude. It's time to do it. Let's see. Let's get this updated. That puts us at 36 out of 50 for our tip goal, guys. Thank you so much. If you'd like to contribute to the tip goal, we are so close. We are so close. Wonder Bro, I'm completely accepting my anxiety. If I avoid one symptom and not the rest, will this make my anxiety worse? Worse? Not necessarily, dude. Not necessarily. You're allowed to go at your own pace, and that's okay. Nobody's perfect, so you're staying on board with acceptance, which is what matters. Continue practicing that. Continue practicing in that, and don't worry so much about, am I perfect at this thing? Uh. Cookies and cream, the best kind there is. You got this, Daniel. Remember, it's all about not fighting it. It's all about keeping that accepting inner voice when those thoughts and feelings come, dude. Catching that second fear, that's what it's all about. I'm doing tons better, but this boy came out of nowhere, never experienced it before. We talking about like an anxiety symptom? Either way, when we're talking about anxiety, you know exactly what needs to be done. Well, not so much. Well, not so much like a rock, but more like what's a good way to put it? Totally willing to experience whatever thoughts and feelings you feel without fighting them so hard. So it's not that you need to protect yourself from any thoughts or feelings. That's what we're trying to not do. We don't want to feel defensive towards any thoughts or feelings. We don't want to be in a defensive attitude towards any thoughts or feelings. Yeah, we never want to be defensive towards our thoughts and feelings. We want to be open to them. I had some guy that struggled with DPDR until he started changing his inner voice and started looking at it like a free high. And then he said he couldn't feel it anymore after a while. He said he wanted it back and it just wouldn't happen. That's the that's the irony of all this shit, isn't it? I think you got the wrong idea, Kevin. Kevin says, but won't dealing with one symptom stress out the nervous system? This is not about not dealing with symptoms, dude. This is not about that. You want these symptoms. You want to experience these symptoms. You want to have nothing stresses the nervous system out. These symptoms are not stressing the nervous system out. These thoughts are not stressing the nervous system out. What is stressing the nervous system out is your second fear, which is all the BS that you tell yourself about these thoughts and feelings, all the fighting, the mental fighting that you're doing with these thoughts and feelings. That's what's stressing your nervous system out, dude, not the symptoms themselves. We can't blame the symptoms themselves. We can't blame the thoughts themselves. That's not what's stressing the nervous system out. What's stressing the nervous system out is our fight. That's what's stressing the nervous system out, my man. That's what's stressing the nervous system out. Nothing can slow recovery but whether or not you're working on acceptance, whether or not you're fighting with these thoughts and feelings and adding gas to the fire. That's what this is all about. This is not about how we can avoid this or avoid that. You know what I mean? That's what this is about. Filling up the water jug. I like it. I need to do the same. She would tell you the same thing about any symptoms, Fee. She'd tell you the same thing about any symptoms, my man. Acceptance will always be the way to go. I'm just hanging out, chat, so feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm looking at my tax forms. Fun, fun, fun stuff, man. I love dealing with tax forms. You know, you know. Okay, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying if they'd make this shit easier for your average person, you know. Ah, man, don't overcomplicate it, Fee. Take it from me, bro. Keep an accepting attitude. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. Yeah, YouTubers, man, they make it complicated, dude. Well, it's not that bad once you learn it, but it's not that bad once you learn it, but you know. Hey, what's up, Christopher? It has been a while, dude. How have you been? How have you been, my man? 12 minutes till I start work. Better run. Hey, I've probably already gone by now, Cassie, but I appreciate you stopping by. My anxiety kicks in as soon as I put my head on my pillow, and I hope you respond to that with "so be it." Thank you for coming, anxiety. I'm happy to have you. I hope that's the response, right? I wonder how's Nightbot doing. He's good, dude. He's saying the same shit he's been saying for years. I was talking about that earlier, actually, how I need to give him some new commands. It's all about that attitude, isn't it, guys? Daniel's got the right idea. It's all about that attitude, but even though people are, they're still scared once they try to practice that attitude, and because of that, they fall back into adding second fear. But that's not the point, you know? You probably will still be scared, but you need to keep that attitude, right? You need to keep that attitude. Let's get some water. Let's get some water. Alright, guys, I'm going to say it, even though I don't like saying it. But if we could hit our tip goal tonight, that would be great. You guys know I'm about to go on a big move in my life, and I'm going to have a lot more responsibilities now on my plate to do my share. So if we could hit that tip goal tonight, we're very, very close. I would appreciate it. I'm going to go get some water real quick, guys, and then I'll be right back to the chat. I love you, and I'll see you in just a second. All right, what's up, chat? Got me some water. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, chat. There you go, Fee. Change it up, dude. There you go, my man. That's what I like to hear. You might not believe those words when you speak them, but that's what we're practicing. That's a good start, Daniel. That's a good start. Don't baby that shit though. Don't baby that shit. Whatever comes comes. Don't try to appease your irrational thoughts. So if you get an irrational thought that's like anxiety is going to make me go crazy, keep a so be it attitude. Don't try to prove that wrong. Don't try to. It's like fighting with a toddler, dude. It's like fighting with a toddler. It's just going to gas it up. It's just going to fuel it up. Although although your statement is absolutely correct. Exactly, giant. Does self pity make anxiety worse? If yes, then why? What's the reason? If you could please tell me in simple words. Well, because if you go around saying this is so horrible, my life is so any time that you're up in your head fighting, and what's a mental fight? A mental fight is you saying I don't want to feel this way or this is so horrible. You're telling your body that there's a danger because your body does not know the difference between you telling yourself negative things and a real danger. So there's no need. That's why you cut out the fight with all the thoughts and feelings, and you just adopt a so be it attitude because the more you fight with a negative thought, the more power you're giving it. And your body doesn't like that. Your body doesn't like you gassing up negative thoughts because it's a little dumb in that way. It doesn't know. It doesn't know the difference between you gassing up negative thoughts and a real danger. So that's why. It doesn't know the difference. It does not know the difference. Daniel, hey Daniel, dude, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the $14 tip, Daniel. That puts us at tip goal. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for helping us hit tip goal. Um, I just want to say that I am sorry that I have to push the tip goals and even mention it these days. I really do apologize for that, but it's to that point now where I've got a lot on my plate and I got to make sure I'm hitting my tip goals. So I do appreciate Daniel you putting us at the tip goal. Thank you so much again. My apologies, chat, for even having to mention it. So yeah, it stings a little bit, dude. It stings to even have to mention it, but I do appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you so much for putting us at tip goal, dude. Hello, Warner Bro. Hope you're feeling better. What's up, Abel, dude? It's good to see you. Good to see you, dude. Hey, I appreciate that, Daniel. Thank you, dude. I try, and that's the thing with everything going on in my life recently. I've had to make some, I've had to make some big changes in life, and I'm gonna have to continue making some big changes in life. So, how you doing, Abel? It's been a minute since I've seen you, dude. So I think what you're asking is what's the reason for living life? Like, why is that a part of just accepting? Because if you're laying around doing nothing but obsessing, right? Like if it's a 24-hour just laying in bed, kind of just obsessing every single day sort of thing, that's not going to make you feel any better. You have to live your life for you. You don't want to bow down to this anxiety. You don't want to bow down to any of this crap. So think about how that makes you feel. Feeling follows action, not the other way around. So, if you want to feel better, stop waiting around to do the things that make you feel better until you feel better. Start doing them now while you accept your feelings and thoughts in the meantime. And you know, feeling follows action, and that's why I have that as one of the two main keys. You know what I mean? Do you like the idea of writing your goals or accomplishments to start the day? You can. You can. Some people enjoy that. Some people enjoy that. It kind of keeps them on track. So, I mean, I don't see the harm in it if that's something you want to do. I don't see the harm in it at all. All right, guys, we're approaching that 2 hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I will see you very, very soon. I'm getting tired. I might clock out soon and go to sleep. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a long one. I love you. We're almost at 10K, and I'll see you very, very soon.